This is Minds Moving Mountains with Mel and Jenn, two independently dependent soulpreneurs who connect women with information that moves them forward. Hey, Jenn.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great, Mel. How are you?
I'm awesome.
So, before we get into what you do,
Yeah.
I want to start here.
Okay.
Describe
Yeah.
what it actually feels like to live inside the head of someone who can't turn their brain off. Not clinically, right? Just what it's like. And I know what it's like because my brain does this too. But there's a lot of people out there that actually do have a quiet brain, which is unreal to me.
There are those people that actually do have a quiet brain, and I've met them. And the one thing that I understand about them, we'll get into it a little bit later, they have a whole different relationship with their mind and their thought. They may not know that they do, but they do. When I think about a person who lives inside their head, it's hard to not think about what my experience was. And the way that I can best describe it is maybe getting a few hours of sleep, waking up at 2 a.m., and then thinking about all of the emails that you've sent, all of the things on your to-do list, all of the conversations that you had that you're replaying in your mind and saying, God dang it, I shouldn't have said that. Or what if I would have put this a different way? Then maybe I would have already gotten a response from that email, right? And it's this constant spinning. And at 2 a.m. in the morning, it affects us differently. We recognize that we're in a spinning thought pattern because we've come from a quiet place. So now our mind is just totally consumed, and it's very clear that we can't shut our mind off. When that happens during the day, because it's happening all day during the day, we're in a constant state of thought, we don't recognize that we're in that spinning state for as long as we are, because we're doing so many other things. So we're not really appreciating the impact that having a mind that doesn't turn off creates for us.
Yes, I completely can relate. Sometimes, my mind spins different directions than emails and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you brought up, oh my gosh, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's just.
I mean, why did I
story of my
text
life.
that? Why did I text that?
Story
Right?
of my life.
Like it's so.
And it's funny because most of the time, whatever you said was actually so insignificant to that person. They
100%.
don't even remember.
100%.
But you will remember forever.
Yeah, but we'll get into that too. That's because we got a lot of ego in us too.
Yeah. And so is that the person that comes to you for mindset coaching?
Natural born overthinkers or worriers who can't get out of their heads. Yeah, those people come to me for sure. The other people who come to me are people who just want to find a path forward in their career, move up on the ladder, or find peace as a caregiver, or have a better relationship with their partner. And what they don't understand, they think that the problem is the patient or the partner, or how do they get that promotion? What do they need to do to get that promotion? All the steps, all the tasks, all the motivation that they have to get that promotion. What they don't understand, though, is that what's holding them back from finding peace in trusting themselves to attain that promotion or to survive the role of caregiver or find a deep peace and happiness and love with their partner is all up in here, is all in their thoughts. So they come for one outcome, and really what they discover and take away with them is a deep understanding of how their mind works, which then just ripples through their entire life and can be applied to everything that they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that is just so mind-blowing for them.
It is. It is. I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah. So you call yourself a mindset coach.
I do.
That phrase coach gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
What makes what you do different from someone slapping that label on an Instagram account and trying to sell you a course?
Yeah. So, quick plug for my courses. I do have courses. Coaches are really helping people to achieve their goal. Totally valid. I do it too. What I also do is help people understand how their mind works so that it can be applied and implemented across everything that they do in their life. My goal as a mindset coach is to help people understand that they can create a different experience of their life.
Yes. So you work inside something that I've heard you say before. It's called the 3 principles.
Yep.
I'm going to stop you, though, before you explain it, because I want you to explain it
Yeah.
like you're talking to someone who just rolled their eyes and, you know, when I said that, go for it.
The 3 principles are mind, thought, and consciousness. And these 3 principles are pillars of how we experience life. That's it. Human beings are natural born thinkers. That is what we do all day, every day. If we don't think, we don't live.
Yes.
If we don't think, we don't experience our senses, because you have to think about what you are smelling. You have to put something to that, and you're thinking through that. Thought is just a thought. It can go as quickly as it comes. It does not have to become our reality, something that we attach meaning to. And as humans, that's what we do. We naturally attach meaning to something. So when we wake up at 3 a.m. spinning on, why did I send that email? I should have included this. We have attached meaning. That's the should. We've attached meaning to the thought. When we attach this meaning, that becomes our reality. Mind, thought, and consciousness are the 3 pillars of human existence. Our mind has innate possibility, innate potential. That's how we were born. That's one way that our mind operates. The other way that our mind operates is based on all of our experiences, all of our wins, all of our failures, all of our learnings, all of our shoulds, all of our what ifs, all of the things that we have gone through in life become our personal mind. And that's what we start to rely upon as we matriculate through life, right? We're tapping more into our personal mind to tell us what to do versus our universal mind, that innate wisdom that we were born with, that we can always access. Thought creates our experience of life. So we are constantly thinking about everything. And we attach meaning to our thoughts. Those thoughts then become our feelings. Feelings then become our beliefs. Our beliefs then become our reality. And a thought is just a thought. Literally, as quickly as a thought can come in, the thought can leave.
Right, but that's the hard part for people.
It is not here saying that it's easy.
No, yeah.
But I am here to say that it's possible. And I know this for fact because I did it myself. I live a very different experience of life. I work with others to do it. I have 85-year-old clients and I've got 20-something-year-old clients. So this work does not discriminate. Anyone, if you are open to it, to listening to what's going on, it can happen. And then the 3rd principle is consciousness, and that's awareness. And so if you think about consciousness like an elevator, you've got floors and stories, right? When you're at a high level of consciousness, you are feeling good. You are feeling full. You are feeling positive, and you can move forward. When you're at a low level of consciousness, you're feeling the negative feelings. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're depressed. I lived a lot of my life, too many decades, at a low state of consciousness. Now, I live... I'm not going to
in the penthouse.
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
Like I live pretty high up there. That's not to say that I don't go low.
Of course.
But when I go low, I know I'm at a low state of consciousness, and I can say to myself, I don't like that feeling. I know I'm at a low state of consciousness. I'm not going to allow that thought to become something within me.
Yes, you don't want to end up in the basement.
No, no, it's lonely in the basement.
Yes,
right.
It is.
So those are the 3 principles, and it's a listening. It's a deep listening to what is happening in yourself. Everything on the outside is extraneous. It doesn't matter. Our experience of life is an inside-out job. And that's what I love working with people on, because lots of people think that it's outside. The outside circumstance is what's creating this for them, this feeling, this belief. And that's absolutely not true. The outside circumstance is just a thing that's happening. It's the thoughts that we are attaching to that circumstance that make it real. That's the inside job, is to realize that it's just happened. Okay. My thinking can just go. It doesn't have to be something that I make real for myself. Yeah.
Can you find that person that's not always in their own head? My gosh.
I mean, right here.
Now you are not.
I am not. Yeah. That's why I say I am a recovering overthinker, and I have done that. My recovery and my whole process was the 3 principles.
So I hear from people that haven't had the transformation yet. I know why I am the way I am. I've done the therapy. I have journaled. I've tried the positive thinking, and I'm still exhausted by my own brain.
Yeah.
So what is actually going on with that person?
Yeah. They don't understand how their mind works.
Yes.
That's the bottom line. Because I did the journaling. I did positive affirmations. I did the self-help books. I did all of those things. The therapy, I was in therapy half of my life, and there was progress. It's not like those things did not help me.
Right.
They were not sustainable. Our thoughts hold us back or move us forward. Call it a listening. Because
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't listening. Just kidding.
No, but it is, right? It's a listening
Yes.
to yourself. It's a listening to what you were born with and what you have within you that we have just arbitrarily said you don't matter anymore. I'm listening to all of this shit that's happened in my life over what I was born with and what I know I'm capable of.
It's just
right?
crazy that we do that to ourselves, isn't it?
And yeah, and we don't have to.
No.
And that's my point. Right? So for the people out there who have tried everything and you're still going into work every day, dreading whether it's your day, your career, your boss, your life, think about what I'm saying. A thought is just a thought. I can help you understand your mind in a way where it does not control you.
Yeah. So, I don't know, this might break people's brains a little. You're not asking people to think differently, think positively.
Yeah.
Or replace bad thoughts with good ones. So we're not substituting in a way.
Correct.
So what are you asking them to do exactly?
Yeah. To not do as much work. That's what I'm asking. To give yourself grace, to give yourself some peace. And that peace comes with one simple understanding. A thought is just a thought. If you have a thought, a negative thought, I am not suggesting you flip it to a positive. That's work. I am merely suggesting that you just not hold on to that thought. That you have the thought of, my hair looks jacked up today. My husband pissed me off because of this, this, and this. Have the thought and let it go. So instead of having a thought of, my husband pissed me off when he said this, and then allowing that thought to spin into something wrong, just let the thought go. I like to say, if your thinking is not moving you forward, let it go.
Why do most of us harp on such a tiny thought, though?
Because that's what we've been doing our whole life. That's what we are inherently, naturally inclined to do, is to make sense of something, to make meaning of something. And some things don't need to have a meaning attached to them because the meaning isn't real. The meaning isn't true.
So our listeners are probably saying, there's just no way I can let that go. How do I detach these thoughts? How do I not try to substitute something negative for a positive? But it takes time, right? It's not something that's just going to happen immediately.
Yeah. I hear it all the time. It's listening for that moment. When you get quiet and you start listening to what's happening inside of you, you're feeling how your body is responding to your thoughts. When you're not thinking about the next thing to say when someone's speaking to you, when you're just present and quiet, you are aware. And that is what you hold on to because it feels so good to realize, to have this realization of, oh my God, I've been doing this to myself. And wait, I can actually create my own experience of life 100%. Absolutely. Every single person can. It's whether or not you want to really experience a life of peace of mind. You can get there. Everyone can get there.
But a lot of people don't want to get there. I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that are having those thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do that. I can't shut my brain off. I can't not constantly be thinking about something. So, but like you're saying, if they just listen, it's almost a divine intervention in a way.
Yeah.
And it can really set somebody free.
Yeah, and I will say I have a client who has over like many, many months has really struggled with always thinking, always trying to predict, always trying to assume what's going to happen next. And what she came to discover is that is a safety mechanism for her, because when she's constantly in thought about all of the other things, she's able to not focus on what she knows she needs to focus on.
Yeah, deflection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is herself.
Yes.
Right? Which is finding self-love, because it's scary. It can be a very fearful journey. Who I am, what lights my soul on fire, what I love to do, what fills my cup, the self-love. So it takes time. It's not a magic button, but just like GLP-1s, which we talked about before, it ain't a magic button.
Nope.
Right?
Yep. Life is hard. You got to put the work in.
Right.
But it can be really rewarding.
Oh, I mean, especially if you're talking about living a life of peace of mind, even with negative things happening all around us.
Yeah. So you spent almost 20 years in leadership roles.
Yep.
The last 13 were in tech.
Yep.
And that's before you started this work. Mm-hmm. But as you were doing your corporate job, you started to kind of realize and develop into this. What was going on in your own head during that time that made you eventually go, shit, something has to change. I can't keep living like this.
Yeah. I have chronically struggled with depression and anxiety my whole life. I've been on medication my whole life. I burned the candle from one end to the next. I was just an epic people pleaser, a perfectionist, all the labels, all the titles. And I started losing my fire. And it really became noticeable for me when Hurricane Helene hit. That really just like cracked a lot open for me, because I realized what I was doing working in my office was not at all where I wanted to be. I wanted to be with my community because my community helped me find happiness. And when I moved here and became part of this community, that feeling arose more and more. And as I started feeling it more and more, and when Helene hit, it was just clear cut. I need to be out of my office and I need to be doing for my community. That's what makes me happy. And I knew something had to change. It was an insight. It was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm leaving my position. I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to worry about what people think. And the way I phrased it when I was leaving the company and I was giving my farewell address to the company was, guys, I have given everything of myself to this company. And now it's time to build me. And I'm going all in on me.
Yeah, and it's a testament to you to be able to find that, to be able to take care of yourself. So many women put other people first. And they need to realize that they need to put themselves first.
Well, it's like what you say. Oxygen mask yourself, sister friend.
That's right.
Right? And then tend to everyone else. Our challenge as humans is great ideas and insights come to us and we say, no, that can't happen. No, I can't do that. And I'm here to call bullshit on all that.
Oh, yes.
Because yes, you can. Now, we're all in different circumstances. So I'm not saying that everyone can quit their job and just go try something. Not at all what I'm saying. But listening to what you want to do, if you listen to it, you can find a way. It may not be quitting your job. It may be finding other avenues that fill your cup, that make you feel whole, that create less pressure on yourself. All of that is the work that we do. And it is the best job you will ever have.
Doesn't that feel so good?
It's a magical feeling.
Yes. I want to go back to community for a minute, since this podcast is focused where we live, the high country of North Carolina, here in Boone and the surrounding areas, and talk about how this place really holds community. And it's a magical place up here. It's different up here. And even prior to Helene, you can see that. But during Helene, you can really see that. And that's what ignited the spark to set your fire inside for you. So tell me how you have given back to this community with this mindset coaching.
Oh, God. You're going to get me on this one.
Yeah, I am going to get you on this one.
Everyone in this community who's a real part of this community says there's nowhere else like it. And I'm one of those people. And we mean it from the depths of our soul.
Yeah, and that's why I was like hesitant to say that, because it just seems like a fairy tale. But this place is special.
Hey, I mean, fairy tales exist.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Boone sucks. Tell your friends.
Right. A big part of my work is serving nonprofits. I mean, we are chock full of nonprofits. I sit on the board of the Women's Fund of the Blue Ridge, honored to be part of that board. And I serve one nonprofit at least every 6 months doing pro bono coaching. Whatever they believe is going to move them forward, I want to provide that. Whether it's leadership coaching, I do that free of charge. So you're getting this leadership expertise and training and coaching, but you're also at the foundation and core of it all is the mindset coaching. Because you can't be a good leader if you can't lead yourself. You can't be a good leader if you're stuck in your head all the time and showing up insecurely to your team. It's just an easy thing to do. Give back to this community.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
I love it.
And you're amazing. And we promise that we're going to talk about some favorite things.
Yes.
So sometimes, certain topics, it's going to be a lot easier. This one was definitely a little bit more challenging. You have a lot of phrases and taglines, and we all know you love your swag.
Yep.
One of your phrases is get out of your own head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is probably one of my favorite sayings. And I've heard it a lot more since you and I have become so close. And it is so true.
Yeah.
You do have to get it out of your own head. And I am one of those stubborn people. I'm pretty good to be able to let thoughts go sometimes.
Yeah.
But the other times, not so much. And I'm not a meditator. I don't journal. I don't do any of that stuff. So for me, it really is trying to just let shit fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting out of your own head is a really good, for me, get out of your own head. So that is my favorite thing.
Yeah. And the second part of that is get into your life. Get out of your own head and get into your life. Because when we're in our head, we're not living. It is like the antidote to all suffering. Come on.
I mean, yes. We need to bottle it.
Yes. All right. So my favorite thing, some work with Appalachian State. I'm a mentor with the Women of Walker and do some other speaking engagements. And so I was doing this speaking engagement at App, and one of the students came up to me afterwards and she said, I can't believe that this is the topic, because one of my favorite things is from a kid cartoon about thought. And it's called Here Comes the Thought. And it's a song by Steven Universe. So I had no idea that this thing existed. It's from 2017, and it is a children's cartoon. And it talks about how a thought is just a thought, and it can go as quickly as it comes. And it made me so happy when she shared this with me. And so I immediately got home and I looked it up, and we're going to include it in the
show notes.
Great.
Thanks for sharing that, because I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this favorite things game we're playing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's super helpful. Well, did you get your fill of mindset?
Whew. I
Deets?
did.
All right.
I mean, I had to do a lot of listening today.
No.
And that is hard for me.
I know.
We didn't even bring up ADHDers.
You done
and how much
good,
harder,
sister.
And how much harder this is for us. But yes, no, this was great.
Another
Very
episode.
Insightful, pun intended. And yeah, if you really like this, leave us a review.
Yeah.
And you can reach out to us on our Instagrams. We'll drop those in the show notes as well.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time.
Yeah. Listen for the insight, y'all. Bye.